Hello and welcome to another fast charging session, and we are back at Electrify Canada in Barrie. Can't see the tower because it's oh yes you can. It's dark already. It's late evening. We're just before the long weekend of the Labor Day 2025, and this is a 2025 Hyundai Ioniq9. Finally we get to drive this amazing vehicle, three-row SUV, full electric, a cousin to Kia EV9 and the future Genesis GV90. It has a beautiful sunroof. This is the top of the line calligraphy version with over 400 horsepower, well over 100 kilowatt hours battery. And we are here at the fast charging station. We're hoping to use the fastest unit, which is unit number 4 at 350 kilowatts. This car is capable of almost 300 kilowatts of charging speed. Unfortunately, the unit 4, the quickest one, would not initiate, so we had to use a slower unit, unit number 3, which is maximum 150, but we only got a maximum of 120 from about 60%. So we're just gonna charge it up to 80 and continue our journey. I didn't really need to charge it, although tomorrow morning we are heading back to Toronto, so it's actually gonna be better. Plus, of course, we have our free credits for charging at Electrify Canada, so why charge at home if I can use up my Audi charging credits. So here it is. Let us show you the vehicle quickly. Good looking vehicle, controversial design. Some people don't like it. I personally kind of like it. Kind of a blank face here. The consumption today from Toronto, distance of about 90 kilometers, Toronto downtown to Barrie, we use about 25.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So it's slightly above the rated 24. But it was kind of against the headwind. It's getting cooler, around 16 degrees right now, and I actually activated battery conditioning, which uses more energy as well. So that's about it. Let us quickly just show you a glimpse of the interior, which is very familiar if you've seen Kia EV9, our videos of Kia EV9. Here's your 3 rows, except the 3rd row is folded because we're transporting some large items. Panoramic glass roof that actually opens, which is kind of nice. That's about it. Here it shows you the indication of the charging speed on how many minutes left to 80% and how many minutes left to 100%. That's about it for this quick fast charging session experience for this Hyundai Ioniq9. And stay tuned for the full review. Coming to our channel soon, and we hope to see you there. Hello and welcome to another fast charging episode of Tiva Drive, and this is part of our review of the 2025 Hyundai Ioniq9, as you can see. And we are here at a Tesla supercharger in Mississauga, the brand new one with 32 stalls at Dixie or South Service Road. Actually, correction, North Service Road and near Dixie, just west of Dixie. We've been here before with Ford vehicles. This Hyundai Ioniq9 is the first Hyundai, I believe, that's equipped with the Tesla native NACS charge port. We just tested a 25 Ioniq 5 and it did not have it yet. The Kia EV6 has it, assuming that the rest of the Kia and Hyundai vehicles will have it shortly, same as Genesis. So here we are. This is our actually 3rd fast charging session. We were having issues with Electrify Canada chargers with the adapter because this car is equipped with NACS native. We had to use a CCS adapter for it, and so we could not plug into the 350 kilowatt unit. We had to use the slower 150 kilowatt units. It would simply not initiate a session with the adapter on a 350 kilowatt machine. It worked fine on 150 kilowatt machines. Here at Tesla, we started just above 70%. At that point, at Electrify Canada, we're charging at 120 kilowatts. Here at this charger, number 5A, right smack in the middle of this Tesla supercharger station here. It started very slow at around 40 kilowatts, and it then went up to about a maximum of just under 100. So here you go. This is the Tesla supercharger, and as you can see, we're plugged into the port without any adapters because it's a native NACS port. The message on the car, and we'll show you in a moment, says that there's an issue with the charger, so charging may take more time. So let us show you that. Here is the nice design of the Hyundai Ioniq 9. We'll give you all of our other impressions later on. So let us show you what the car says. There you go. It says charging time may be delayed due to charger problems. Charging at 100 kilowatts, and we're at 83%. At this point, I think even the Electrify Canada would taper down the speed, but the speed below 80% was slower here at a Tesla supercharger than it was at Electrify Canada with an adapter. So there we go. That's been our experience. Unfortunately, we won't be able to test the super fast charging speeds because our state of charge is not low enough, and all the Electrify Canada stations are either broken. The ones in Scarborough, the 350 kilowatt machine is broken, and the Milton chargers are full. It's a long weekend in September, September 1st, and so it's a busy time, and unfortunately we won't be able to charge there, so we decided to come here instead, not too far from our home base. So stay tuned for the rest of the review. Here is the amazing interior, open sunroof, 3 rows of seats, an amazing car. We'll tell you all about it shortly in our full review. Okay, so here we are inside the 2025 Hyundai Ioniq 9, and the newest 3-row SUV pure electric arrival in our marketplace. Cousin to the Kia EV9 that's been on the market for a couple of years. This is a brand new baby. We kind of like the looks of the design outside of this car a little bit better than the Kia EV9 personally. The sunroof is also larger than the Kia EV9. The switchgear is all kind of Ioniq styles. The steering wheel you can recognize with the 4 LEDs here, which light up in different colors depending on the functions. The gear shifters here, which for some tall people, if you like a certain driving position, if you like to for your wheel to be low, it could interfere with your knees, as it's the case with my son. Who doesn't like this positioning of this gear shifter. With Kia, it's positioned here, which some people may prefer. I personally don't mind this. All the steering wheel controls are the same as all the other Hyundai Kia cars. Here you have the center console with the storage. That's a dual storage, opens from this side, and it also opens from this side. You have a rear drawer storage for the rear passengers, and of course the climate screen as well, where the passengers can set their own climate. So here you have 2 cup holders in the center console. You have wireless phone charger right here. Here you have a parking button, hill holder, auto hold, again camera button, and you have the mode button, which is a drive button, and terrain button. So basically, if you touch it, your modes change from my drive to sport to normal to eco, and every mode automatically has different colors for the ambient lighting, which is spread throughout the dashboard here and including here. So the normal, the eco is green, normal is white, sport is red, and then my drive you can set your own colors. In either case, you can change the ambient colors through the center screen menu options. And then the terrain, you press down to have a terrain mode, and you have snow, mud, and sand. We did not really take it off-road. This is more like a family hauling van than an off-road vehicle. And so if we put it on off-road, there you go, snow, mud, sand. the suspension doesn't move. It's supposed to be an adjustable suspension, but I think it's just kind of between the various modes. There's no manual way to adjust the height of the suspension. So that's about it. Let's just put it back in eco mode. We basically conducted all of our testing in eco mode because we tried to see how far we can stretch it. As you can see right now, with the climate on at 100%, it's showing 553 kilometers. The rated range is 500 kilometers, and we'll tell you in a moment the results of our testing and what it's really good for on the highway. So if we turn off the climate, so right now it's 553, and then without the climate, you can see here it's 571. So you don't even need to turn off the climate. It actually tells you 553 with climate, 571 without climate, and that's in the eco mode. Every time you change the mode, of course, it's gonna decrease the range of your vehicle. As we mentioned, we love the fact that not all the functions are relegated to the center screen. A lot of them are down here. So you have home, map, search, media, seek, track, programmable button, setup. You have your tuning button, you have your volume button, you have your temperature button here, and they are all separate. You know, in some of the other Ioniqs, remember, they have dual functions and they switch functions. Here you actually have separate media and separate climate, which is phenomenal. You have your seat cooling, seat heating, driver only, steering heat, AC on off, system off on, the fan speed, defrosters, etc. So all the basic functions of the climate are all there, and they have their own buttons, which we definitely love. Lots of storage here. 3 USB-C plugs and 150 watt 12 volt plug right here. This shelf here, a lot of storage here, another shelf, deep shelf underneath in the front as well. So that's about it. Your glove compartment box is here, quite spacious. Your vents are all located here in the center. You can close them, open them, and no fancy stuff, just manually adjustable vents. That's all that you really need. Bose system, of course, sounds amazing. We can't demonstrate it for you, but it's an amazing sound system here as well that you can use. So let's put it in gear, take you for a spin, and tell you all about the results of our testing. So let's add, of course, there's a head-up display. Again, part of that $16,000 Calligraphy Ultimate package. Drive. Your shifter here kind of reminds us of our BMW i3. Start-stop button is here, so you actually have. Our apologies, our DJI Osmo phone holder just broke down, unfortunately, so we have to do it by hand. So let's take you for a spin now and tell you about the results of our testing. So we're driving in eco mode right now. We did try the sport mode, which basically offers you the full 429 horsepower and 5.2 seconds from 0 to 100. It's not a sports car, and honestly, I don't know why you would kind of, unless you want to impress someone off the red light or something, but keep in mind, this car does not launch very well. I mean, I tried it from the red light. There's a delay before the car reacts, so don't try and race anyone from red lights in this vehicle. 429 horsepower is plenty though for highway driving, passing on smaller roads, etc., etc. Now, the unusual thing is that we noticed when we tried to build one on the Hyundai Canada website, the base model, the rear-wheel drive, again, as we mentioned, 61,000. And there's two versions of the all-wheel drive vehicle. I don't know if it's an error or if that's actually the case. There's a 300 horsepower version and a 429 horsepower version, which this is it. So basically, and they're both priced at 67,000. Then on top of that, the only package is the calligraphy package. Of course, there's accessories like roof racks and all kinds of other stuff. Yeah, so they both the 300 horsepower and 429 horsepower versions seem to be priced both from 67,000 Canadian dollars approximately, which is a phenomenal price. Only slightly above the EV9, which is priced from 64. Keep in mind that this car has a bit more power. So again, the top version of the Kia EV9 so far, because the GT version is coming, but so far the Kia EV9 has 394 horsepower. This car has 35 horsepower more, 429 horsepower. The acceleration seems to be almost identical. Excuse me. And also the battery size has increased. I'm sure that on next year's model, the Kia EV9 is going to match both the power and the size of the battery. So the battery size is 110 kilowatt hours gross, 106 kilowatt hours net. So let's talk about the rated range. Again is 500 kilometers. Let's tell you about the results of our testing. We drove actually 2 or 3 times between Toronto and Georgian Bay to Midland, and we use the highway every time because this family hauler is going to be used mostly on the highway. I don't think too many people will be hypermiling it using the side roads, and every time we drove, the result was basically getting better. So the first test, we produced a highway consumption with the climate on and with passengers of 22 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. And our best test, which was the last one just yesterday, coming back in some cottage return traffics, which, you know, obviously there was some stop and go, but then there were some really quick sections of the highway. It used only 20 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers on the highway, which basically means that the 500 kilometer range is doable on the highway with passengers and the climate on. The temperatures this week, we're kind of now the first week of September, the temperatures were in the mid to high 20s. The coldest temperature was 18, 19 degrees. So it's basically very ideal conditions for driving an electric car and charging electric car. So we had one cool day when we were going to do our first DC session. The temperature was only 15 degrees. There was a cool wind from the north, and so basically what happened was the car, you have the menu here which shows you that you can activate the preconditioning of the battery, and the car will actually tell you. So when you have put it in the EV mode, there you go. So you can activate it manually, and you can see the battery temperature is low. When it's normal, you won't be able to activate. If you try to activate when the temperature is, good temperature system, starting the lumbar stabilization system, that's your massage starting there automatically. It starts and stops every 20 minutes or so, which is really nice and relaxing. So you don't have to even activate it manually. It automatically starts. So, but back to our battery conditioning, the button is right here. When you set the navigation, the car navigation, not your phone navigation, to a fast charger, it automatically preconditions. But you can also do it manually using this activate button here, and the car will actually tell you if it needs conditioning or not. So right now with the temperature, battery temperature low, yes, it would need, you would need to activate the battery preconditioning. So yes, the car is actually capable of its rated range on the highway with passengers using climate. Of course, that it's in the summer's ideal conditions. We would love to repeat our tests in the middle of the winter when the temperatures are very low to see what kind of range we can get there. And of course, iPedal is here, one pedal driving. So we're gonna double tap on the left shift, the shift paddle here behind the steering wheel. And we'll try and show you the auto steer system here as usual on the Gardner. So you activate it. So first of all, adaptive cruise here, this button, auto steer right here, and we are auto steering, and we have highway HDA2, highway driving assist 2 system. So let's just take it up to the speed limit. There you go. Again, we have to press auto steer. There we go. Now you can see auto steer, HDA shows up, and so the system now has your driver monitoring to make sure that you're paying attention and you're looking at the road. So it's not a fully hands-free system, but it did allow us on the Highway 400 North to drive without touching the steering wheel for at least 15-20 minutes. So if you really want to, if your hands are busy, you need to do something, I don't know, have coffee, blah, 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 you can do it. As you can see, it's not prompting. Eventually it'll prompt you, but it doesn't. Sometimes it'll let you drive hands-free for 15-20 minutes or more. So that's quite nice. Of course, automatic lane change. So let's change a little bit up. You have to, in order for you to do automatic lane change, you have to hold the wheel. So that's what we just did. So it will not do the automatic lane change maneuver when you're not holding the steering wheel. So that's kind of a safety feature right there. So yes, quite an impressive vehicle. We did not hypermile it because we don't think it's relevant for this type of vehicle. 6-seater or 7-seater family hauler, people will go to their cottages or go on trips. Charging, it's 800 of course volt system. It's capable of up to 230 kilowatts of DC speed. We were not able to do it to reach anywhere close to that, so we have a few snippets of videos from our charging sessions, both at DC Electrify Canada and also at Tesla Supercharger. So you can hear about the results of our fast charging sessions right there in those snippets, so we won't repeat it again. All in all, impressive vehicle, impressively priced. Definitely, we already know quite a few people who bought them and are really happy with them. And these are people who came from like Tesla Model X's, Rivians, and all those other luxury vehicles. This is a luxury vehicle, very comfortable, very well equipped. So bravo Hyundai for bringing this vehicle to the market. Yes, we look forward to retesting it again in the winter conditions. That's about it for our review. Thank you for watching. As usual, don't forget to press the subscribe button on our channel to be informed when next video is coming up. Lots more interesting and exciting electric, plug-in hybrid and hybrid vehicles coming to our channel very soon. And thank you to our sponsor, Condos and Castles Realty Inc. You can find them at www.condosandcastles.com. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you at the next review.